I got to rant real quick because I am very, very, very agitated. I have what I call I have what I call a two-person job. So you can only imagine with today's ways of like work has been like organized, how many people they have scheduled for this two-person job. Now, the reason why I call it a two-person job is because a lot of things at this specific job requires two people. For example, a lot of my job involves using a forklift to move certain things because obviously you just can't hand load a whole bunch of these lumber materials because they're very heavy and they're very big and there's a whole bunch of them compiled in one thing. So you have to use a forklift. But if you work retail, you know that there's two people who are responsible for forklift. There's one person who drives a forklift and the other person who spots them because of the fact that the person who spots them are like their extra set of eyes. You can't just be on a forklift in a store and like not have an extra set of eyes because you can only move. You're gonna look around so much. You're gonna need somebody to be like, "Hey man, you're getting too close to that thing over there. Move back a little bit." Something like that. And because I can't do the forklift, I'm usually the spotter now. But I can't do the forklift. I'm usually the spotter. But it's like I can't spot anybody if there's nobody to spot because I'm the only person working my area. Okay, but the fact of the matter is that normally we get things done, and I say we, I mean I have to pick some. I have to like get the lumber guy to basically. I have to beg the lumber guy to basically like do whatever it is that needs to be done because that's what has to be done. Second thing, and this is gonna probably be a thing that's gonna most likely like get me in some serious trouble at my job. I work specifically outside. Once again, anybody who works outside, you know that there's normally things that they sell literally outside the building. If you are a thief, there's a great chance that you probably see some stuff outside that might just be like just not might not be properly secured. You probably might just yike that thing. You know what I'm saying? So if you have somebody working outside, there's at least somebody out there who can keep the people honest and make sure that people don't jack things. I am that person. It's not even like security. I just help people put stuff in their cars. I'm counting the things as I go, so that way, everything is on perfect count or whatever like that. And the problem is that like because I'm the only person out there, at some point I have to go to lunch. Now, I go to lunch in order for me to go to lunch, I have to get somebody to watch the area that I am in charge responsible for while I go to lunch. The problem is that like I don't know what it is about this neo work job model thing that's going on. But y'all ever notice how like every other place of business is like supremely short staffed? There's always like just one person in like every department nowadays. The place where I'm at is no different. So while it's just me working at my job, it's also like one person like working in every other department. So if I have to go to lunch and I need somebody to watch my post, then they got to get somebody to watch their post and so on and the loop and the Ouroboros slowly starts to eat itself. Okay, so I'm just really agitated because of the fact that when I have to go to here's the thing. It's like you can't go to lunch late because if you do, you'll get in trouble. You can't. You have to go to lunch at the right time. I have to go to lunch at the right time, and I have to go to lunch with somebody watching my area. And also to make matters even crazier, it's like because here's the thing. I could always just not go to lunch. Like I was always under the impression that I could just not go to lunch and just leave an hour early. No big deal, right? You know what I'm saying? I could just like that'd be like no big deal. Nothing lost, nothing gained. I could just do that. But it's like I can't even do that. So it's like just so I have to go to lunch on time, which rarely ever happens because I can't find somebody to come and like overlook my area. And then when I do ultimately go to lunch, I'm going to lunch late because I can't find the person who go overlook my area. But at some point while I am doing that, the person who is overlooking my area probably needs to go back to what it is that they were doing. So it looks like I just abandoned my post to go to lunch. You see what I'm saying? So it's like once again, two-person job. If there was two people in my area, I could go to lunch, they could be over there. And then they go to lunch, I'll be over there. Because common sense is not so common in America. You probably might be asking yourself, well, why don't they just hire another person? Because this isn't a case of there actually is two people over there and like somebody just keeps calling in. It's not like that. You know what I'm saying? Because then it's like, okay, they'll just get rid of that other guy and bring somebody else in. No, this is literally just me scheduled for that spot. And it's just me. So it's like if anything goes wrong in that area, it's my fault. Which I mean, well, that's basically what life is, right? It's like if anything goes wrong in my life, it's like, you're responsible for everything bad that happens to you, but we had to be responsible for everything that's good that happens to you. Life in general. But the fact of the matter is that like, so I got all this stuff I have to worry about, man, and it's like I keep getting told that I keep getting told that I'm this close to getting in trouble because of this stuff, but it's like. I'm just trying to do. I'm trying to do the right thing here. I'm trying. Like y'all told me to go to lunch at the right time. I keep trying to go to lunch at the right time. I keep trying to find people to get my area, but they can't even do it because they're short staffed too. It's like all of this craziness that's happening, and I'm just hate the fact that it's like if I get in trouble, this will literally be like one of those instances where if something bad happens to me, it for once will not be my fault, and it's like it's crazy because it's like the question that's always going on through my mind is if this is a 2-person job, why can't y'all just give me another person so that won't happen? You know what I'm saying? But it's like, and then to make my so then I'm always under the impression that it's like these things are ultimately because the company is trying to save up money, which is like $1 billion company. What do you need to save up money for? What cost $1 billion more that you need $1 billion? $1 billion is a lifetime supply of money. $1 billion is the lifetime supply of money. It really is. Well, maybe it is to me because of the fact that I know how to actually, man, you give me $1 billion, man. Man, you give me $1 billion, bro. Like, shoot, okay. But the fact of the matter is that like this is the thing that's really kind of like frustrating me because of the fact that it's like it still feels like I just got this job. You know what I mean? And I'm trying my best to do everything right. I'm trying my best to be on my best behavior. I'm not the smartest person when it comes to this job because it's still like new stuff. It's still like stuff that I'm not used to. Still stuff that I genuinely don't understand. But it's like I'm still trying to like do what I can to keep this job and show that I want this job and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to keep this job. But it's at the same time I'm being told on a multiple basis, yo, bro, why do you keep like going to lunch at the wrong time? It's like because I can't find nobody to come get me to come like relieve me and all this. How y'all doing today? But I'm just mad because of the fact that it's like if I get fired for this because that can happen. That's the thing that's really kind of messing me up here is the fact that it's like that can get me in trouble. Like their lack of properly hiring people can get me sacked. You know what I'm saying? Now you probably might be telling yourself, I mean, well, you should like if that happens, then you should probably sue for what? For getting fired because they're there's no way to like say, hey, they put me in a lose type situation only to get rid of me later. I can't. There's no way to do that. What would that be like entrapment? I don't know. But it's just so stupid. It's so stupid and it's so annoying because it's like, can they really just like because it's a 2-man job. It's a 2-person job regardless. Okay, like for example, like I said, the forklift part on its own is a 2-person job. To put this in perspective, if like when I have somebody helping me to do the forklift jobs, that person can't do whatever it is that they have to do in their department because they're too busy helping me out. But if there was a second person in my department, like this new age scarce business model work model thing that they got going on ain't work. It's not good, man. It's like I really hate the fact that I really hate the fact that the racists have managed to like pick up this narrative that is like oh yeah, well you see it's like that because nobody wants to work anymore. Literally today I met a guy who was literally like hanging out at the store to try to find work. He was hanging out at the store. He was like walking around the entire area to actively trying to find work. He wasn't trying to find money. He was actively trying to find work. So nobody wants to hire anymore. That's the thing. Shoot, the way I see it is that and I like whenever I start to get like this, I start to like be reminded that like everything is political now and everything is political now and like my logic is starting to like kick in and I'm just starting to say I don't feel like people shouldn't be afraid of being homeless. People should not be afraid of losing their jobs. People should not be afraid of not having any money. These are things that we should not be terrified of. These aren't things that's supposed to incentivize us to just continue to take crap like this, like from billionaires who just get a kick out of watching people suffer. Okay, like this is not like, you know, I'm at this point right now. It's like, if I do get fired from this job, I mean, like, you know, like, as long, I mean, like, if I ain't gonna lie, if I had access to food and shelter and transportation, I would quit. I would quit work tomorrow. I quit work. I would quit working today if I still had access to those three things. But if I find myself in a situation where, like, you know, I'm going to probably end up not having to work for a while or be homeless or whatever, I'm at this point where I'm like, you know what, the heck with it. I did my best. I did what I was trying to do. I did what I was supposed to do. I was a good noodle the entire time. I didn't like. I don't have any kids or a drug habit or a drinking habit. I haven't done anything wrong. Well, I'm not. I haven't committed any crimes. I haven't, like, you know, harmed anybody in any fashion or nothing like that. And I still somehow managed to, like, turn up in a really bad situation. Shoot, at that point, man, that's just God basically saying she hates me. I can't do anything about that. But I'm just annoyed because of the fact that this is like one of those instances. This is one of those instances where it's like I did everything that I was supposed to do, and I'm trying to do everything that I'm supposed to do, and I'm still being told, like, I'm still being told by the universe if it wants to screw with me, it's gonna screw with me. I'm just glad I ain't got no kids, y'all. Man, $1 billion company can't hire more people, but somehow I'm the lazy one. Alright, I'm gonna go take a nap or something. Love and peace.